What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host once again, TJ, aka Go Getter. This episode, we're going to do a walkthrough of how to start a Shopify store for free, free for 14 days. What you're going to need is a credit card, a bank account, and a great idea of where you want to go. We'll also cover in this video how to kind of manage your Shopify account, how to add products to it, how to find a few products.
I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality from me and probably whoever else going through this or went through this or is gonna go through this, is that I ain't quit. I went through every emotion. I went through every emotion with trying to pursue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I think that what's gonna separate whoever's going to try to go for something is that you ain't gonna quit.
You know, you still got to take this as a real business, no matter what you think, no matter how the thumbnail looked. Starting a Shopify, an e-commerce store, whatever platform you use, and when I say Shopify, Shopify is one of many. There's WooCommerce, there's Big Cartel, there's other platforms that offer e-commerce, but Shopify really is your best one and all platform that allows you to accept credit card transactions, to process orders, to invoice orders, to add products, to categorize products. Um, you know, what I found when you actually outsource a lot of this stuff too, instead of keeping it in-house, what you'll find is having so many products, what you'll have is what is called a SKU, and that's going to be how you list out your products. And linking Shopify with like a third-party fulfillment center is a perfect way to start an e-commerce business and really not have to have your hands on the product and the shipping and receiving, which can get very complicated and frustrating at times, please believe me. But once again, I thank you guys for showing up to the channel. I thank you guys for tuning in. I salute you guys' ambition. As you guys can see on my screen right here, this is my brand right here. This is Ambitious Minds 100, Ambitious Minds Streetwear. You know, everything that you see on this channel, the Just Hustle, all this stuff. You know, this is all gear of my own. You know, if you guys support the cause, support the movement, you know. Before we start, what we need to do is we need to go to Shopify.com. What I would recommend is that you have a laptop, not only just a phone. A phone is great to, you know, look and manage it as you get it up, but for the whole creative factor and the creative side of the business, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have a laptop and something that's, you know, something up to date, that's newer, and, you know, something that's capable of editing and you know, modifications that's needed for videos, for pictures and downloading, and you know, things of that nature. Definitely want to have the right tools before you start the job. But nonetheless, as you guys can see, we're here at Shopify.com. When you're here, right here, all you got to do is basically go in here, put your email address, password. So if you don't have an email already, you'll need to go to google.com, and what you'll do is you just put in your name. I'll say my name is Go Getter, and this is going to be store. So as you guys can see right here, after you put all your information in, verify it through your phone, and then you have a Gmail. So now what we'll do is we'll go back here, we'll do so here we are, Go Getter Store. So here we are, we have Go Getter Store right here, as you guys can see. So what we'll do now is we'll just create store, save the password. It's ready to go. That's simple. We're just playing around right now. We'll keep it 100. So let's help your business while you play around. Help me create my logo. So this is good if you really need help. But I'm gonna show you guys how to do all this stuff. So right now it said, what is your current revenue? So we're just getting started. We'll say. Um, and if you're doing this for a client, if you guys really take on this stuff and really enjoy this stuff, you can always master these skills right here and monetize those in some manner or form. It's a great skill to have. Next, you over here, put all your business information in. So as you guys can see now, we're in the store. This is my test store, and my trial has just started. And you have 14 days. So 14 days, you're gonna have to pick one of these plans. Um, Majority of the time, until you really start scaling and having a lot of orders, this is going to be your best plan. You'll definitely get to this plan at some time. But as you see on the left side, we have orders, we have products, we have all that. So orders as they come in, you can get them all right here. Once you select the plan, you're going to have to put your credit card in. So we're not going to do all that, but products too. Usually here you can add a product, and basically, once again, you put your description, title of it, and then you'll add your images from your hard drive, put your price. If you have a sale price, you'll put it right here. And there's not a limit to how many pictures you can have. There's not a limit to the description you put in here. But at the end of the day, you want to keep it clean. You want to keep all this clean. Always think to yourself, how would you look at it to a degree? I mean, I think I got a good taste. I'd like to think you guys do too. Sometimes too many pictures is too much, and then you think about the load time for the phone, the website, the whole nine. This text, a lot of people, you're fighting for their time and energy, so a lot of text, you're probably not going to get a lot of reading. What I would recommend is doing, if you're really trying to convey some information and a lot of it quick, is using the GIFs. So like, you go here, this stuff is, nonetheless, I keep it brief. You can do all this real simply after you have all this uploaded, put in your price of what it is. Once again, if you guys caught the beginning of the video, this is what I was talking about, a SKU, a stock keeping unit. What that's going to do, especially like I said, for the third parties, put all that information in there. It keeps track of your stock. One thing I would say about keeping stock is this is going to be a huge plus. If you're doing this by yourself manually, typically when you buy from a supplier or anything like that, if you're private labeling, there's going to be about 50 to 100 pieces. So, as you margin out stuff for promo items and you have sales coming in, this will keep track of it without you having to use the pen and paper. But if you use the pen and paper, I can just tell you, it's just you can save yourself a lot of time if you don't. Shipping, this is going to be a huge, huge thing right here too. If you're private labeling or selling anything, third party or any of that stuff right here, you need to know how much it weighs. You can go to stamps.com. You can get all the stuff that you need, starter pack. You need to know how much all your stuff weighs. You come back here, you put your weight in here, and what that's going to do is that's going to help you auto-populate your customer shipping rates as they check out based on their zip code, because that's the way USPS, which is the primary mail source that you're going to use. And then you'll have your variants down here. And these variants are going to be like your size, your color, material, style, and those will be things that the customer can choose on the product page. And then finally, this is going to be your search engine listing preview. And this is going to play to your SEO, which is your search engine optimization and how Google and other web crawlers rank you. But what you do is you put your title of the product, title of whatever it may be, and then description and words that are friendly. And then if you ever want to modify the URL, or at least the product name after you put the title in here, it usually populates. But you can keep this brief. And I always modify this one, especially for Facebook ad purposes or Instagram or social media of any kind, because usually it'd be long and drawn out. It'd be like ambition, unisex hoodie, shirt or something like that. So you want to cut all that down and just make it ambition hoodie or something like that, in my opinion. But as you can see, this has all your stuff over here. as your customers come, and we're not gonna save this. We'll leave this alone, but this will keep a list of your customers as they check out, as they abandon their carts, as they register for your email list. So you'll have all of them. You can import them from the source, or you can export them once you have a whole bunch of them. Of course, you got your analytics here, your dashboard. It's going to tell you how much your returning customers added to cart, reached the cart, sessions to cart. And as you guys can see right here, um, you know, we have all this stuff right here, but stuff you really want to be able to keep track of your business. But I mean, you don't need to have a sales department that tells you all this. You got all this ready right at your fingertips right here. So you got marketing, you got all this stuff right here. You got discounts here where you can add discount codes, automatic discounts. But one great thing about Shopify is that they have these apps. Now, these apps are what you're going to add to your store, but you don't want to add too many of them because a lot of them are like 14-day trials and they turn into $10. And if you got 10 things that are $10, there you go, you got $100 you already spending. So you want to keep this down, but you have a lot of them that are free in here. I don't know if you guys watched my other video, but I have another video of how to build a killer influencer program that you can grow at scale and bring in a lot of organic traffic for a small margin. Make sure you check that out. That's another video. But we have this right here, overload. You definitely want to put this right here if you're going to drop ship anything. We'll add it real quick just so you guys can check it out. So you can get all this stuff. You can manage your products. As you can see, they have a lot of products already. So this is a great app to have if you're drop shipping. And what you can do is you can find any product you can basically think of. Say for example, we'll type in dog toys. If there's a certain dog toy, you want to start a toy for animals, this is something you do. And as you can see, we have over here stuffed animals. So we say, for example, we wanted to sell these ones right here, the little beanie baby ones, which I'm sure my dog would have chewed up and tore up, so these definitely would have been the good ones. But, say we wanted to sell these, for example, they're 98 cents. And what would happen is we'd be able to add this to import list and then go over here to our import list, and this would bring this right into our store. So we would just change the title. You never want something this long. Basically, you change this to, you put it in the collection if you had it. Definitely want to make collections, dog toys, cat toys. You want to make the collection so you keep a cleaner flow. But you have this right here. We just put this in here. There was other fields right there we would modify, but essentially now, we could go back to our store. And as you can see, we'll have a product in here now. My pet's first chew toy. As you can see, loads up. You never, ever, ever want to leave your description like this. Always modify this. If you can't do it, find somebody that can build out a description that can give, 3 paragraphs at the most to about your pet's favorite chew toy. As you can see, it brought all the pictures and everything over here. So as you can see, the price has already been updated. So I guess overload kind of brings them in. You can see it was 98 cents before. So we've got a nice little markup here. And so you can keep it at that rate. You think you can get some more, but the price that you put your products in your store is always going to be the reason why people come or go. And you only got people for that 1 second. A person can make or break you. So make sure your price is savvy, but if you're not making no money, it don't even make no sense to do it though, right? You definitely want to modify all this, but we can think of anything that we can put in here. So you definitely want to have that. You can go to your online store right here, and now this is going to be where you actually customize your website, and that's what they call it, is this theme. Now, right now, nobody can go to this website, as you guys can see, which is right now there's no real domain. You only got .myshopify, but say I did want to get a .com, so I wanted to do like buy a new domain. So I want to do goalgettersstore.com. So as you can see, it's going to find the domain and tell me if I can buy it. you never want stuff like this. You want to aim for stuff that's people know. So .com is commercial. People always know .coms. We could add a domain here, but back to editing the theme. You can go here and it's going to customize it. And what it's going to do is you'll have all these different sections. Here's where you put a big banner image, stuff like that. Um, you can go down here to your feature collection. As you can see, it automatically populated to the one product that we have. Um, you can go further and add some more. You have a few selections if you don't like themes that's already um, like this one. This is just a basic one. Kind of you can do that one if you want to just get up and running. Um, there's so many of these themes though, like the free theme store, as you guys can look. There's a lot of these, and this is probably one of the most popular ones right here. But you can find a couple better ones. I think this one's kind of a good one. This one's good for clothing. As you guys can see, you can just do it like that. But you can pick any of these themes and it automatically. But if you really want to get technical, you can go over here and pay for some of them. So my opinion is actually on building your own website or having somebody else do it. I think for a first time person, you definitely want to at least play around with this one right here. Get yourself familiar with the whole process of how to edit, how to do all the basic things you need to do before you actually move on to pay somebody to build your website, because you'll want to edit it at some point. You'll want to make modifications, and you want to know how to do it yourself. By knowing how to do it yourself the first time around, at least you have a general pretense knowledge of how to do that. Once you have that knowledge, I would definitely recommend that you outsource it out. One of the places that you can actually outsource that stuff out to is another place that we can check out real quick. Now, Fiverr, on this right here, you're going to be able to find people that will actually make a logo for your brand. They'll make your Shopify store. We can type it in Shopify store. As you can see, I will create a Shopify store or redesign. So with this right here, you want to be careful of who you pick, because as you see, we got somebody over here who is a studio sales for starting at 2,000. They got a 5-star rating, but they only got 2 feedbacks compared to somebody over here like this who has 219 feedbacks and a 5.0 rating for only 95. You can do this. Another good way is to actually, find a seller that may be a new seller. You can go here, and this is kind of rolling the ball, but this is for a cheaper budget. If you want to start cheaper, you can find some of these ones right here. Say, for example, here's 5.0 with 51 for $5. A lot of these people are trying to get their feedback. You want to get their feedback up. You can find them for a little bit cheaper, but it's a little bit more of a roll of the dice. When you're dealing with Fiverr.com right here, what you're going to experience is that a lot of these people are in other countries, such as India and places like that. So crossing the language barrier is probably going to be a hang-up. What you want to do is make sure that you almost, and this is no disrespect to any third world or anybody from any other country, but when you're dealing with these people in these other countries and through Fiverr and outsourcing, you want to describe everything you want done like you were explaining it to a child. You want to line out all the pieces, because if you do not, and even when you line out everything is the best, there's still going to be pieces where they may not get it all the way, but it's just like anything else. You're managing the project, so just got to manage the people and see that they get everything. What you'll find is when you order one of these right here, they'll give you some revisions. So as you can see, this is telling me right here what he'll do is 1-day delivery, unlimited revisions. And this is huge, because a revision is basically asking him to change some stuff, or if you don't like it, he'll redo it until you're satisfied. So basically, you're going to spend this money plus the little fees that go with Fiverr, like taxes, and he's going to do what he says right here to perfection until you're happy. And you can't beat it, because this will save you a lot of time. But once again, back to the store, you want to know how to do this by yourself first before you move on to that step right here. But as you can see, you got blog pages, and this is how your website's going to look. Last but not least, what you want to do is your payment provider. You want to set this all up right here, because to complete this and get paid, you'll have to put your bank information in here so they can deposit. If and when you guys have sales, what it will do is it will deposit into your bank account every day except Saturday and Sunday. As you see, there's a rate that goes along with the 2.4 plus a 30% transaction fee. So, as you're marking your products up and you're doing your stuff, you definitely want to account for this. If you sell CBD or anything high risk, what you're going to find is these rates are going to be way through the roof. But nonetheless, as you guys can see, this is definitely the platform you want to use. The next video I'll do is how to find winning products that you can find on Overlow right here, or Facebook, or Etsy, or any places like that. When you guys think about e-commerce or drop shipping, technically it doesn't always got to be from China. It can be from somewhere else. It's just basically middlemaning the product at a different rate. But before you even get a Shopify store, I would highly recommend you already know what your brand is, what you're going to do. Let it be something that you're passionate about to a degree. And when I say passionate, let it be something that's in your world that you may already be an expert on, something you may already have knowledge on. If it's something you got to learn, it's going to stretch you a little bit of ways, especially if you got a 9-to-5 and you're just trying to work your way to financial freedom, or any of that type of stuff. You want to make sure that you got something that you can branch off. It can be an extension of you to a point. That's at least in my experience. That's what I found is best for me to win. That's basically it right there. Just to start a Shopify store. Simple and easy to a degree. Maybe next one maybe we'll actually do the whole website logo and all that stuff. Just do all the programs here on the Mac. But I hope you guys got some value out of this. I'm looking for more ideas and concepts to bring you guys as far as videos, not only for the channel, but related to Shopify and e-commerce. So if you like this, make sure you hit the like button, but please drop a comment below and let me know some concepts that you want me to come with, and I'm definitely going to follow up, as I'm always checking the comments. I appreciate you guys for watching right here, and if you ain't subscribed, subscribe now so I can keep you updated. I appreciate y'all. If you like this video right here, please show some love and hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe and notification button to stay updated for the latest videos. New videos will be dropping Thursday, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, so please stay tuned.